Good morning, Entropians. Julian McBain here, and today we are at Fort Ithaca, where I did my bad parody radio show. And we're going to be trying to hunt the Feffoids for Feffoid Fury. They're a little bit higher level, but we're coming in with a little bit better loadout. I have picked up an LB25. It's my first time using it. I've got about 44%, but I'm in the learning period for it, so I'm hoping that turns out well. And we're going to draw off individuals using, of course, the LR10, because I'm not quite ready for the 15 yet. We're just going to see how it goes. This could be a mistake. We're going to find out. I'm, of course, loaded out with Ghost. He's still hitting me pretty good. That's what happens when you don't have plates. But so far, so good. My total damage percent is not nearly up to where it should be. Holy balls. He hits like a truck. I might have to go back over to Fort Fury. Stick to an LB20 just a little bit longer. But you know what? I'm gonna let this go for at least one or two mobs. We'll see what happens. If necessary, we can, you know, go back and reassess and go to Fort Fury and do it there. Good lord. But I know with like the skill up bonuses, you lose some efficient. Oh shit. Come on. We got this. This guy hits like a truck. This reminds me of when I was fighting level 12 Longtooth. When I really wasn't quite the level to do it. I'm having flashbacks. See how the loot is. If the loot's terrible, then I'm just gonna go to Fort Fury. I'm not willing to waste that many pet on these guys just on principle. Yeah, 240 is not what I'd say good enough to stick it out here. Got some serendipity though. This is a new skill that popped up recently, and I love how it's the guy ducks to pick something up and someone shoots over his head and he's like, huh? So yeah, I think the mobs around Ithaca are still just a little high level for me, and frankly, I know part of it's because I'm not wearing plates, and I know that I could use with some more evade skills. I mean, who couldn't use for some more evade skills, right? So let's go to Fort Fury instead. I think we're going to find that these are more the level we're expecting. I mean, after all, this is where the Feffoids hang their hats, right? Yeah, level 26. We'll see how this goes. These guys are actually... Oh, these guys are higher level, but they're not elite. I don't know how that's going to affect how it works, so let's find out. Let's make sure that we're not inside of the zone for the turret. Oh, he's got some regen going there. He still hits pretty hard, but not as hard as the elite did. Where the hell did you come from? He just like whipped up the hill from nowhere. That ain't right. It's like I wanted nothing to do with you, dude, and you just decided you were going to join us. You weren't invited to this dance. 3 of them? Are you shitting me? I'm going to have to draw them into the frickin'... God damn it. That's not right. Like, seriously. Oh, and the turrets aren't working. How the hell did this happen? I mean, seriously. I go to pull 1 and 3 join the fray. I'm not even sure how it worked. At least someone's out here helping me. That's a pretty cool BLP weapon. It actually reminds me of Kind of looks like a FAMAS. Oh, he's gonna die. Oh, there he goes. And this guy, of course, regens just as we're about to kill him. Okay, that guy's down. Their regen's pretty heavy. This is major. Holy shit. I was not expecting this at all. I don't know what I was thinking going after a level 26. And I was not expecting to pull 3 of them. Sorry about that, folks. Had to blow my nose. Still dealing with the after effects of that cold. Still dosed up to the eyeballs on Dayquil. Vicks medication for all of your needs. I am not sponsored by Vicks. That would be kind of cool, though. Man, of their products my family buys in a year, I could probably take out stock and make most of my money back. These guys are tough. I mean, I think Mindark may have ramped up the difficulty. Oh no, of course they're over my level, so I gotta kind of take that into account. The fact that, you know, I'm going after things that are a little bit above my pay grade. Shit. Come on, come on, heal through. One of the reasons I'm really glad that I'm up to chip number 5. You can heal through quite a bit when you've got a level 5 chip, but you're going to go through ammo. Good gravy. There, I'm already down by 1/3 health. Jesus. Makes me happy I have that ring. I have the ring that gives you a plus 12 health. I don't have the plus 21. That would be awesome, but I don't have like $400 to dump into a frickin' digital ring. Maybe someday. Oh, looks like I'm getting help again. Good. Looks like he decided to go after the one I'm going after this time. Less of a chance of pulling aggro. Oh, he pulled the other one. So, hopefully he lives. Stop moving, dude. He's got some pretty good evade going on there. I wonder what his level is. He's doing a lot of damage too. He's probably about my level or a little bit higher than me. It's kind of hard to tell by his health because if he's like the majority of players in Entropia, he primarily uses a rifle, and as a rule, riflemen don't quite have as much health as melee do. Some interesting armor. I think he's doing more damage than me because he keeps pulling aggro pretty quickly. And that's the way to do it. So I wonder if he's got like a 30 class weapon. Either that or he's got a 25, and unlike me, he's just, you know, where he's supposed to be to use it rather than me who's using it rather inefficiently to get the skill gain out of it. What's he shooting at now? Oh, he's just continuing to fire. Let's down one of these pills. But the purple pill makes it all better. Switch weapons. Come on. Yeah, we got a group going on now. Gitmo, what a name. Thyroid oil. The loot's not bad. I mean, it's not terrific, but it's definitely not bad. You could definitely do worse. That one could have been better. I can hear other people shooting. All clan warlords. I don't dare go down and attempt to fight the normal Feffoids. So we'll keep doing this for a while. I really need to work on my rifle skill so my group hunting is better. That's the reason that I ended up picking up the laser rifles. Now I will always be a melee player. I prefer doing melee, but for group hunts like this, having a rifle is just more convenient. Look at all those Feffoids. Where is it? Oh, it clipped into the rock. There it is. Come on. We're doing all right. This is the big one I really want out of this, is this mutant looter skill. I want to get my 3 looter professions to be up to the same par. And that's not easy. Because like my mutant looter is level 8. My robot looter is still level 3. That's got a long way to go. Of course you'd end up going down the hill before coming back up. I don't know, my avatar's reaction time to switching weapons is really slow. I'm starting to think it's just a bit woefully inefficient. Which is to be expected, I guess. Swapping from a rifle to a frickin' please don't draw him off. This is when I get screwed, is when other people start pulling him in other directions. You know, I think we're going to retreat from this field. So we did Fort Fury. Let's go up to Cape Corinth. I think that's going to be more our speed. We can solo there better. I think they're only level 19. No. 13. Cape Corinth. I mean, so far the hunt hasn't been terrible. I think we're doing rather well. I just think that, for the sake of this video, what is going on? Whoa, green screen. That was weird. Okay, we're good. I think we'll just have a little bit more of a fun time here. Of course, we got to get there. Huh, arrivals and departures. I never noticed that before. Obviously, Cape Corinth is supposed to be a major spaceport, like, Port Atlantis is. I love the ads for Omegaton Industries. We build it, you use it. And Shikara, the Omniworld Corporation, Genesis Star Interstellar. I'm pretty sure they're the ones who are responsible for the Quad Wing. So let's go out here. I know they're over here where all of the Corinthian invasions are. Bristle hogs. I know it's inefficient, but that settles an old debt. 2-pack. I probably spent 20 pecks shooting it. There they are. Level 13 outcasts, yeah. We'll do much better here, I think. Climb the hill. And you know it's the desert, and you know how much I love playing in the desert. I'm not even riding a horse with no name. Yeah, this is definitely... Where the hell did he come from? I think this Feffoid literally just split into two. Like, what the hell? I mean, it's amusing now, but it's not like when there was 3 level 26s that came out of nowhere. It's like, shit, where the fuck did you two come from? Speaking of which, it's got to be a Feffoid thing. Where they just happen to be in these huge groups. Or they just spawn. I don't know. I don't remember seeing any other Feffoids but this one, and we saw one of them just like appear from behind the other one with no explanation at all. Yeah, see, our loot this is definitely more in our loot area, because I'm getting better loot here. Which means that the skills are going to go up a lot better too. Should probably put our pet out. And these aren't doing nearly the damage that the others were, of course. Which means Ghost can shrug the majority of what they're pumping out. Oh yeah, see that? Almost 9 ped worth of loot. This is the place to do it. So, I mean, all in all, I don't mind hunting Feffoids. I do find that the way their patterns go, I don't know how their spawn rates or the way that they... See, I don't know where he came from. He just happened to run all the way over here. It might just be a Feffoid thing where they're all linked to a certain extent, and if you've come within a certain distance, they automatically aggro to anyone who's being attacked. That would be really interesting to see what the aggro algorithm for Feffoids is, and I think that, I mean, it makes a certain amount of sense. Feffoids are tribal mutants. And so they live in troops or tribes or whatever a group of Feffoids is called, kind of like chimpanzees. And so, of course, if one of them's attacked, they come to the defense of the others. We're going to rotate around because I don't see... That's a bristle hog. Okay. Bristle hog don't bother me much. Unless I'm sweating them. Then they're an irritation. Why are they an irritation? Because apparently, as we discovered in that cave, the attacks from a bristle hog are not affected by evade. They're affected by dodge. And the reason I've been sweating bristle hogs is to increase my dodge skill. Because as we all saw... My dodge skill is crap. Fighting robots does that too, because dodge is the skill that avoids people shooting at you or other projectiles, whereas of course evade is for melee. Sorry folks, just checking to see if my lady's on the ground yet. She's flying from Texas up to here. And we've got some weather coming in, so we're all kind of worried that she's not going to make it. So I'm just keeping an eye out to find out whatever news and weather updates I can get. So, but overall, I think that this is actually going a lot better than I was worried about. Because like the Snark Snout event that they held last fall was terrible for loot. And it might be that my looter skill or looter professions just weren't there yet. That's entirely possible. And of course, there were robots, because my robot looter skill is absolute bollocks. That's got to be corrected, which I'm slowly grinding out. I spend a lot of time in the Orthos oil field, grinding those droids, which, you know, doesn't grind the skill very fast, but it doesn't have to necessarily be fast. I went to where is it, Fort Sisyphus, and I equipped the LB-15, and I just started going after war robots. And it's hilarious because I can just cleave through them. But you blow through so many ped doing that. It's way beyond my efficiency threshold. Like, I don't mind a certain amount of inefficiency. I'm okay with that if I have a goal in mind. But my gains and my skills did not compensate for the amount of ped I was just hemorrhaging. And I could have used a more efficient weapon, like I could have gone with an LB-10 or something like that, or even a rifle like an LLC-4 or something of that nature. But I didn't want to do it that way. So instead, I go to the, oh, look at that, one's following me. I go to the oil field and I hunt there, and you actually, with my current profession skill, even as low as it is, I'm picking up like a lot of Rubios and starter pistols and crap like that, and not all of them are full TT, and I can just dump those into the TT because no one buys them if they're not full TT. But with the full TT ones, I can get back, you know, those have a really high relative markup, even though you're dealing in PEC. You know, if you're selling a 9 PEC weapon for 12, that's a 33% markup. Or it's you're selling it for 133 essentially, and to me that's not a bad deal at all, even though you're dealing in pennies. So I don't mind going out there, because then I can also go, you know, I can go back to Camp Icarus and I can help the newbies out by, you know, selling them cheap weapons. And I don't mind, you know, I know that like Rubios, a 9-PEC Rubio can go for 18 to 25 PEC, and for a newbie that's quite a bit of money, especially if you're trying to play no depot or minimum depot. So I don't mind going out there and, you know, understanding that I could be making a lot more. I could be making 200-300% on a Rubio. I have no problem, you know, selling them for 133 to 150, which is below the market rate, just to offload them. Because, you know, Rubios are extremely efficient for newbies. They really are. I mean, you could dump $5 in universal ammo in with a Rubio and probably hunt all month. You know, the skill gains are going to be slower than death. But, well, for someone of my level anyway. But for a newbie, it would be an appropriate level thing. And, you know, same with the Azuros. And the Azuros will take even longer to burn through because they have a much higher TT level. You know, they're 0.7 PET as opposed to 9 PEC. 70 PEC as opposed to 9 PEC. So, I mean, just the ability to provide that. And I kind of wish I had the money for like a stand or something to put up, or that there was a place to shop, or where you could put a stall in Icarus. Of course there isn't, and that's fine. And even if there was, they'd be horrendously expensive. I've seen mall stands go for more than frickin' most apartments. Hell, I've seen them go for as much as I've seen some stands go for as much as an OLA, which is just absurd. Well, no, I can't say that. OLAs go for like 20 grand. I've seen a mall stand go for 2 to 3 grand. US dollars. And that's a huge amount of money. I can't imagine putting that much money into it at this point. I couldn't. If I was going to buy like a land area, I could fathom it, because I know that the return on a land area, you'd make your money back in 2, maybe 3 years. At least that's the information I'm getting on it. And so that to me is a lot less. It's a lot more reasonable to me, especially when my target market would be, in this case, would be the brand new players, right? Hi, welcome to Entropia. You just finished going through your first gun. You've got your loot. You've got like 25 PEC to your name. Yeah, it's going to take half your PEC, but it's better than having to go through it all for a new gun. Go forth and have some fun. Because really, I think that's something that a lot of players forget. Entropia will only get better if we have a bigger player base. It really will. And I've seen that there are some players out there, and I got to give Big Industries a lot of credit. I got to give Big Industries a huge amount of credit. They put a lot of PED, and it doesn't seem like it, but they do. They put a lot of PED into helping grow the player base by bringing new players out to their OLAs to do the sweat support initiative. So props to the people who run Big Industries. I know that it's owned by it's a multinational corporation inside a video game, quite literally. I know it's 4 guys that are running it, and I know they've got support from other players. I don't know if they pay those players or not. I hope so. Oh, the Warchief Sanctuary has been challenged. I just think that the amount of work that goes into that is phenomenal, and it's real important that they do it, and so that makes me very thankful that they're out there doing it. For frickin', I'm losing more money to bristle hogs than I am to anything else. Hang on, I've got that starter pistol. Oh, did I get rid of the other? Oh crap, I didn't mean to dump the TT pistol in. I'm not wasting that. This is a full TT pistol. But anyway, we really need to find ways to draw new players in, and if someone takes the chance and they come in and they're trying to figure it out, okay, give them the help. I'm not expecting you to give pet away. I mean, don't do that. That would be dumb. Because there are plenty of people out there who are jerks, and they'd be like, oh, I've been playing for X number of years, I'm going to roll a new tune, which of course is against terms of service, and see how many, extra pet I can beg off people. Thankfully, they're not I don't think they're very common, but they're out there. But if we can do things like, keep the market on starter weapons reasonable, right? I'm not talking price fixing. The market's the market, but when you're looking at what you're going to sell a weapon for, if it's a 9-pack weapon, why are you selling it for 36-pack? It's just it'll push away the very people that we need to keep the market economy in Entropia strong. So I guess what I'm putting out there is just when you're pricing stuff, be reasonable. And I mean, there are definitely things out there that are worth the really high prices you put on them because they're exceptionally rare. And I'm not downing that at all. So, I guess I'm going in circles now, so I'm just going to stop. But that's basically my theory for what I'm doing over in the Orthos oil field. Come on. There we go. These Feffoids are doing pretty well. I'm actually really impressed with the amount that these things are providing. I might have to do some more hunting here after. Of course, I won't be hunting for the next couple of days, I don't think. I won't even be in Entropia very much, which is very unlike me, but I've got a good reason. There we go. Let's do one more, and then we're going to call it. So, I think throughout all of this, we've discovered that for Ithaca, the elite status of the mobs there makes them exceptionally difficult. And actually, the higher level mobs at Fort Fury, which is, I think, right here. Yeah, at Fort Fury, aren't quite as hard, but you still want a group to hunt them. Because they tend to aggro large groups, and the only place to really hunt them without aggroing large groups is back where a lot of players are, which is fine. If you're going to solo hunt where you can, Cape Corinth appears to be the place to do it, especially if you have like a level 8 looter skill for mutants. So let's get ourselves back to Cape Corinth. What a beautiful tower. It is such a beautiful tower. You know what? Let's just hop there. We're going to pick up our Panda. Spawn our Sleipnir. You bastard. Not a suitable spot. There we go. Just hop over. Like, the design of this tower is actually pretty cool, although I really think Mindart could have done a little more with it. And this isn't like a super criticism or anything, but like, they've got all of this building. And I know you've got the mall down at the base there, or not the mall, but the bazaar, which unfortunately is pretty abandoned. And this is why we need more players, by the way. But I mean, they could have put like apartments throughout this entire complex. And I know that part of the reason they don't is they're reserving a lot of stuff, and they could always, you know, it doesn't take a lot to program apartments into this building. It wouldn't take much at all. So, depending on what Mindark is planning on, you know, it could be in the cards. Wow, that was kind of a lot of faceful assign. But like, as an example, let's go down to floor 1 here for a second. And it's going to bring us down to the ground level, the lower ground level, because you've got this huge cliff right here. And understanding that, oh, they're the ones responsible for those pistols. Anyway, you've got this landing pad, which is underneath cover and therefore can't be landed on, which always kind of confused the hell out of me. We've got all of these empty bazaar stalls. Oh, maybe they're just... Oh, they might not be empty. We're just waiting for them to spawn in. Okay. We were just waiting for them to spawn in. My bad. I don't even want to know what that was. Actually, I kind of do. Oh, okay. Brass longoose, small plain shelf. What's a hoglow statue? Mannequins. Different armors and suits and stuff. Let's see what this guy's got to sell. Oh, you literally just have to... An LLC1. Which is... Is it not for sale? Are they just literally displaying these things? Oh, purchase item, but it doesn't tell me how much he wants for it. Usually there's a price tag, and it usually shows up here. That's stupid. Okay. Yep. Oh, an LLC2 Mary Edition. An LBC1. A Killick Rex. Flesh. Combustive attack, regeneration chips, which is what I've got. I'm pretty sure that's what I've got. Yeah, regeneration 5. Mannequin oh, it just shows the mannequin. It doesn't show the armor he's wearing. And he's holding a gun. Okay. At this point, I think we've gone quite far enough. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe down below. I really appreciate all of the support you've been giving me. You've been giving me. It's really, really appreciated. You all have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day.